St. Louis, Valley Sports Midwest, the heart of the fan.
Franchises collide on the banks of the Mississippi. The New York Yankees and the St. Louis Cardinals meet in a doubleheader today. The skies have cleared in St. Louis, and the Redbirds hope to get back into the win column here with Game 1 on Valley Sports Midwest. Hi again, everybody. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey. A rainy night at the ballpark last night means both for Aaron Boone and Oliver Marmol a shift of the pitching rotations for the doubleheader today, and of course, Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Jack Flaherty in the first game for the Birds, and you mix and match, you piece it together, and Jack Flaherty, look, he's going to be facing Luis Severino. TBD, that guy scares me. I got to be honest, don't know what to expect from him. Matthew Liberatore is going to be in the nightcap, but the Cardinals need to start piecing together, Chip, some good starting pitching.
And let's talk a little more about Jack Flaherty. It seems, Brad, the first inning has been problematic. You can't afford that against a team as powerful as the Yankees.
No, you definitely can. And with Jack Flaherty, look at April. The ERA was okay. May and June has escalated. What you're seeing is less swing and miss from Jack, specifically with his fastball in the zone. The big key, to your point, is fastball command early on. Can he get ahead of counts and then get in a position where he can finish these hitters off?
Well, we'll hope that'll be the case as the hard-hitting Yankees are in town. Hard-hitting Nolan Arenado's on his way out of town. He's an all-star. Yes, he's headed to Seattle as a starter for our St. Louis Cardinals. Alexa will break that down in the studio as we continue from Busch Stadium with Game 1 of our double dip today.
The New York Yankees. Alexa back with you in our Valley Sports Midwest studios. And for Arenado, he's going to be making another trip to the All-Star game in a couple of weeks up there in Seattle. He's coming off a fantastic month of June. .302 batting average, 7 homers, 18 RBI, and an OPS of .967. That's not how the season started for him, though. He had one of the worst months of his career. To take a look at the season as a whole, those early season struggles saw him hit .231, just 2 homers in April. But then in May, you saw the rise in numbers, him returning to form. And just last month, he was all the way back to his all-star self, the Nolan Arenado that we are used to seeing. When we come back, we're going to take a trip around the league. A walk-off winner in Cincy yesterday. We're going to show you that next here on Valley Sports. Ends it with a 2-run walk-off homer. Reds win it 7-5. Their 30th comeback win this season. They're rocking the City Connect. The fans going crazy. That's the most comeback wins in the major leagues. When we return, Chip Carey and Brad Thompson will get you ready for first pitch between the Cardinals and Yankees in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. That's next here on Valley Sports.
AC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealers. Both Cardinals and Yankees, Brad, hit a lot of homers, but the Bronx Bombers come to town without Aaron Judge. He's injured and on the IL.
Yeah, hurt himself in L.A. running through the fence. That big toe, tore a ligament in that right big toe. No timetable right now for his return, but Chip, an enormous difference when Aaron Judge is in the lineup and when he's not. 10-11 is the record without him. They're scoring under a run less per game when he's been out there. They're not slugging as much. They've been gutting out some wins, but a different ball club.
The Yankees having to learn how to win without Aaron Judge. Hopefully they don't learn that lesson today. An historic matchup. The Cardinals and the Yankees, two of baseball's most storied franchises, collide at Busch Stadium today. The Cardinals won that one in 7 games. The Yankees ran the table in 1928 against the Redbirds. And then during the war years, the Cardinals picked up a 4-1 World Series victory in 1942. Stan the Man Musial. Ah, yes, 1943 World Series. The Yankees won that one in 5, and maybe the most unforgettable season for the Cardinals, 1964, when they chased down the Phillies, won the pennant, and then took over
the World's Championship from the Yankees in 7 games, Brad. 38 world titles between these two franchises.
It really is incredible when you get a chance to see these two teams on the field together. We've talked about it a lot with the new schedule. You get to see a little bit of everybody. Well, you get to see some history out on the field when it comes to the Yankees and the Cardinals.
So it's always special when we see our American League friends in pinstripes. And what's really nice is it's a nice day. It is hot. It is muggy. There is a chance for bad weather later on this afternoon. The bad weather here in St. Louis forced a doubleheader today. It's a split bill, 1:15 and 6:15 starts. So Jim Hayes, Brad Thompson, and I will be very busy and happy to bring you a great afternoon of Cardinals-Yankees baseball from Busch.
Yeah, the hope is it's a fun, long day here for the Birds. Traction is something that they've been trying to find. We saw a little bit of it recently on the latest road trip for the Birds, and looking to get a little bit more of that against a tough foe in the Yankees. As we talked about a few minutes ago, not exactly the same without Aaron Judge, but still a very, very tough ball club.
And I think that's an interesting choice of words you made for the Cardinals team, and for that man in particular, traction. It's been a roller coaster season for Jack Flaherty. When he's been good, he's been very good. When he hasn't been, it's been a very tough watch at times.
No, you're right. And really, Jack Flaherty, the last couple of outings for him have been tough. Last 2 starts, 10 2/3 combined, 20 hits, 12 earned runs. That's not the Jack Flaherty that they need in this one. And I think, Chip, we're going to find out early on what Jack Flaherty has. His 16th start of the season. You see the ERA approaching 5. And Jack Flaherty has just had his struggles early in the ball games. Hopefully he's able to settle in early in this one.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. As you look at his Hyundai pitch arsenal, Brad, help him help himself. Get through these first couple of innings with a minimum of effort, if that's possible, against New York.
And it's easier said than done, right? Against this lineup and for Jack Flaherty. And we've talked to Ollie and Dusty Blake and Jack about some of the starts that he's had the beginning innings. This is not for lack of preparation, but for some reason, that first time around for Jack has been very difficult.
Life's always difficult without one of your superstars. Aaron Boone, the skipper of the Yankees in his 6th season, doesn't have Aaron Judge, but does have a lot of thunder in the middle of this lineup. Torres, Rizzo, and Kiner Falefa have been swinging good bats for the Yankees, who took 2 out of 3 from the Oakland A's, and they've scored 10 runs in back-to-back games. Yes, that is Oakland, but it still is a major league team, and something about which you have to ponder as we meet New York for the first time today. It's a different look on our Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's Cardinals defense. Alec Burleson gives Paul Goldschmidt a Game 1 day off. But also, Brad, good to see Nolan Arenado back on his feet and able to play third base today.
Yeah, it definitely is. As you know, he's been dealing with those lower back issues, so he is back in there. You know how much of an impact he can make on both sides of the baseball.
So it's a hot, sunny day for Ollie and the Cardinals. Let's see if the Redbirds can improve on a 33-47 record. The Redbirds start play today 10 games behind the Reds. You heard Alexa a moment ago talk about the roaring hot Reds. They've had 30 comeback wins this year, and they've won their last 3 games in a row. So we're set to go. DJ LeMahieu, a 2-time batting champion, versus Jack Flaherty to start Game 1. Cardinals and Yankees in St. Louis is underway, and down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. LeMahieu at 227, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. And an even count.
It's a spot I'd love to see Jack stay with his fastball down in the zone. He can elevate it later to get his punch outs, but I love seeing that down in the bottom of the zone.
On the ground, and that sneaks through the right side. An opposite field hit for LeMahieu. So the Yankees have the first hit of the day, a leadoff single, and Jake Bauers coming up.
And a ball that catches a little bit more of the plate. You see the glove down there. This one elevating just center cut here. Ground ball through the right side. Positioned is Gorman up the middle. One sneaks through. Jack Flaherty, though, no stranger to the double play.
5 of them have come in the first inning because there has been a ton of traffic against Jack in the opening frame this year. First things first, Bauers bats and takes high and away. If you count hits and walks for Flaherty in 15 first innings this year, counting the single today, he's had 36 hits and walks in 15 innings in the first inning this year. And as Brad said, it's inexplicable. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just has taken Jack a while to settle into his starts.
Well, we saw it last time out against the Nationals. You look at the line, and he ended up giving up 6 earned runs. 5 of those 6 were in the first 2 innings, and then he settled in really well after that. But to your point, you don't have room for that. Like, you don't have time to fall in a hole like that. I like those couple of back-to-back sliders there. You know, Dusty Blake likes that, and he would love nothing more than a quick first inning for his starter here on, you know, what could end up being a very long day.
Bauers playing left field for the Yankees today. A ball and 2 strikes to him, and he heats him up. Good fastball. Like to see that. Jack's got a good heater. 94 takes care of Bauers. There's your first out.
So we're talking about using that fastball down early, finish him up late. That's exactly what he does there. Elevates, goes 2 breaking balls, sliders back door, and then finishes with a heater. A good sequence.
Gleyber Torres has 12 homers for the Yankees. Kind of odd to see this club with 2 players in double digits in the home run column in the starting lineup today. Torres takes outside. 12 homers, 32 RBIs for him. This guy gets on base in a number of ways. Not afraid to walk. He's done that 33 times.
Yeah, tough to punch out as well. Like to try to stay away from him, get him extended, maybe get that ground ball.
Pretty good pitch, not called a strike for Lance Barksdale, who's got the Pentagon here in game 1.
Well, that is one you are definitely going to need, and I think if you go back there again, show that you can stay there, you'll end up getting it.
That one backed up and a makeup. Thank you. 2 balls and a strike.
Baseball's weird, Chip. Sometimes you make your pitch, you don't get it. Sometimes you miss pretty badly, like that backup slider, and you get it. See if we can execute one here down the way.
That's fouled off Kisner's glove, and Flaherty back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Something else to think about. Economy will be extremely important. It's 90 degrees. It is very humid. It's a lot hotter on the field than it is up in the stands. So quick innings would be welcome for all the defenders for both teams today.
As you know,
outside, full count.
As you know, too, a lot of the preparation for this ball game started yesterday for these guys, too. Hydrating for sure, making sure you're loading up on all of your fluids, because it takes it out of you, especially as a starting pitcher. It takes it out, Chip, something I know that you take seriously.
Very, very important this time of year with summer upon us in St. Louis. And a full count pitch coming for Gleyber Torres. First time is called as he does a little landscape work in the right-hand batter's box for New York. 1 on, 1 out, top of the first, just underway here at Busch. Runner goes, swinging a fly ball foul. Back out of play, off to our right. That'll ricochet down to the green seats. And a young fan in the front row came away with a souvenir. She's from Washington, Missouri.
It's incredible the research you do before a game, Chip. I got to tell you.
Never stops. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes again, and another pop-up again. This one a little deeper back into the seats. And that'll bounce around where a fan from Pacific, Missouri makes the play. Cardinals fans well represented southwest town here for the Yankees and Redbirds. This will be the 8th pitch for Gleyber Torres. As Brad said, likes to walk, tough man to strike out. You're seeing why here.
Yeah, guys like him are so difficult to attack, because you know you can't just fill up the zone either. He's got that big time power, really have to execute a pitch, and he does a good job of spoiling a bunch of them.
He is a double play candidate. He's hitting the most for the Yankees this year. And as we told you, Flaherty with 5 first inning twin killings. So Jack can't throw over to first without a balk being called, barring a pickoff. Let's see how the Yankees play it. They were running with Bauers earlier. One suspects they'll do it again here. Big lead. There he goes. And a line drive into center. Good jump. Diving grab. And the throw back to first will turn into a double play. Great play by Edman. The Yankees run. Good glove work turns into a double play. And New York out of luck in the first inning here in St. Louis. Here come the Cardinals, no score. We'll get the leadoff assignment. He's in right field. Paul Goldschmidt will serve as the DH today. The Cardinals get him off his feet defensively. Nolan Arenado, of course, the St. Louis All-Star starter at third base. With that in mind, Brad, as the Redbirds come up in the first, what's your Toyota key today?
Well, with all the storms around, the key is bring the thunder right now. The Cardinals offense does have a lot of that. 109 home runs, that's 7th in the league, and got a chance here against Luis Severino to bring some of that thunder. Severino making his 8th start of the season, has given up 8 long balls so far in his 36 innings of work.
Late swing there by Nootbaar, fouled away. What does this man feature?
Well, the Hyundai pitch arsenal for Luis Severino, going to get a lot of that four-seam fastball, and it's a good one. Down a tick from the last couple of years. Change-up, slider, and cutter as well, and that's going to be the pitch, that four-seamer to jump on, especially early in counts. Likes to throw that up in the zone, a pitch Newt can handle.
Sharply hit toward third, but Cabrera's got it, and Oswaldo makes the play for out number 1. Here's a look at the rest of the Yankees defensive lineup, brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Anthony Volpe's their young superstar shortstop, really high on this kid. Bowers and Kiner Falefa are infielders playing the outfield. LeMahieu's played second. He can play first, and Kyle Higashioka is the man behind the plate. This game is interesting in so many ways. Obviously, the history of the Cardinals and Yankees, but the two starters, Brad, this year have really had trouble in the first inning. To your point about bringing the thunder, this first inning might be your best shot at Severino.
No, it's a great point. Severino's got an ERA approaching 12 in the first inning, and a lot of damage has been done against him. Again, this is only his 8th start. He's given up 3 home runs, also walked 6 in the first, so don't let him settle in.
That's got to be frustrating. You've relieved and you've started in your big league career. That's got to drive you nuts because, as we said, there really is no rhyme or reason to it. How do you fix that?
Yeah, it is a maddening one, and there are different things that you can try to do in the bullpen. You can try to simulate different things, but by all regards, especially with Jack Flaherty, I don't know Luis Severino, his routine as well, but Jack has done all of that. Jack is meticulous in his preparation. There's just been something about that first inning, and a very good play to get him out of the first inning there with Tommy Edman. You hope he settles right back in, just like we saw him do against the Nationals. But it is frustrating too, Chip, when you come out of the bullpen, you feel great. You got there on the mound, everything was working in the pen, and then all of a sudden you're feeling for it on the game mound.
High pop fly, foul ground, long run for Billy McKinney, still streaking toward the netting, and he's unable to make the play. That's another swing for Goldschmidt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a lot of things to factor in today. Jack Flaherty gets through his first inning without problems. Severino's had first inning troubles. He's also had a lot of trouble away from Yankee Stadium. And this ain't Yankee Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed inside.
Yeah, don't let him get comfortable again. I think that both of those numbers actually pair together. His first inning struggles, his road struggles. You put that pressure on him early, and you continue to apply it. And that is something that this Cardinals lineup does have the ability to do, top to bottom, is apply that pressure.
The payoff pitch for Goldschmidt is served foul. He's going to see 10 pitches. That's good news. And Severino's had his share of injuries. Tommy John surgery. He's had lat problems. This guy has had a couple of seasons of 200 strikeouts. You can see the fastball velocity. He's got a good arm. But this year, a 5.25 ERA. And he missed outside. That was a close call at 98. And a start for the Cardinals. A well-earned base on balls brings up Nolan Gorman.
Yeah, good eye here by Goldie. Another guy that spoils pitches, knows his zone very well, and knows that's not in it.
So here's Nolan Gorman. He's at 15 homers, 47 driven in. I think from an offensive standpoint, Nolan's happy the calendar has flipped to July. It was a struggle for him last month. Way inside, almost hit it. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, it's something you'd really like to see for the young Gorman, is just be able to compartmentalize that month, right? It's gone. It's done. Everything is done. but he knows that he can do it at this level. We saw him. I mean, he was on a torrid pace early. Simplify it, find good pitch to hit, and put your best swing on it.
Pulled a string nicely, and an even count, 1-1 strike. In the early days of the season, what was so interesting about Gorman, he was laying off the high fastball, putting the ball in play. In June, a lot of swing and miss. Let's see how July starts for him with this at bat. It's taken low. 2 balls and a strike.
I think that what you're talking about there too is that youth still of the pressing. You want to continue to go at that torrid pace. The opposition makes some adjustments, and the key is just you making those adjustments along the way as well.
Short lead by Goldie at first. The pitch in for a strike. That's a perfectly placed 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
And not a ton he's going to do with that. You get 95 in with the fastball. He's also thrown that changeup in the same spot. A lot to cover there.
He missed a spot but got a strike. Now the pitch is fought off. Last year Severino was a 7-game winner. He made 19 starts. He held his opposition to 2 earned runs or less in a dozen of them. And for a Yankees team that's trying to hang in there in the AL East, they're getting by with 3 very important starters on the injured list. They need this guy and Garrett Cole to carry the load until Carlos Rodon and Frankie Montes and Nestor Cortez come back from injury.
Yeah, that's a lot. It is a lot to ask, and you know, isn't depth a beautiful thing? And what a great depth piece he is.
There's the high fastball. Gorman hasn't chased that a lot, but he did here and is struck out for out number 2.
This is Gas upstairs trying to protect. Did so on the last one. Couldn't quite catch up to that. That's one that out of the hand it looks so good, and then you realize you're about halfway through your swing and there's no chance you're going to catch up.
Well, Nolan Arenado's had a knack for home runs in the first inning. He's hit 6 of them. Most of them have been with men on base. That's the scenario here. As he looks outside, ball 1. Got to respect this guy. He's been playing hurt since the start of this homestand. He knows the importance of each and every one of these games for the Cardinals. And after DHing for the last couple days, he's back in there playing third here in game 1. I'm guessing he DH potentially in game 2.
Well, and I'm also guessing that he's probably not feeling 100% today playing third base, but that's what gamers do, right? You answer the bell when you have the ability to do so, and Nolan Arenado is a guy that wants to be in the lineup. He wants to be on the field each and every day, and he'll do whatever he can to be there.
Rolled foul. Follow the weather bird. As it gets hotter, so does Nolan Arenado, at least this year, Brad.
Yeah, look, April was not his month. That is for sure. May, he got hotter, and how about June? I mean, June was a solid one for Nolan Arenado. He talked about it the other day. That first month, that March, April, it was arguably the toughest, the worst month of his career. But he was able to continue to work and continue to bounce back, and to me that's what a veteran player does. You know in your heart of hearts that it's gonna get better. You got to keep putting in the work and the results will be there.
Jim Hayes is joining us for the broadcast today. He'll have more on Nolan Arenado shortly as he awaits a 2-2 first inning pitch. No score, and again a slingshot throw to first. Boy, it'd be really nice to knock this guy out of the game early. The Yankees are planning to use a bullpen game for the doubleheader nightcap. Matthew Liberatore is going to pitch for the Cardinals. And then it's Montgomery and Cole tomorrow to wrap up the homestand. The 2-2. So a couple of long at-bats here. Goldschmidt's on 9 pitches. Arenado's seen a good number. And he'll battle again here with an even count.
Well, Nolan Arenado doing what Goldie did, making him work right here. You can see that Severino's really trying to stay away from him. We also know this with Nolan Arenado, he can cover that pitch away, but one of those four-seam leaks back over the plate, or he tries to throw one of those breaking balls, got a chance to go a long way.
So a chance for some first inning fireworks before the 4th of July. As Arenado stays alive, he'll see a 7th pitch. To your point about pitching him away, in recent times, Arenado's been hitting the ball with authority the other way, something that doesn't often happen for him.
No, not generally. I mean, you look at his spray charts, pretty incredible. What else is incredible is he hit his first ever opposite field home run as a member of the Cardinals this year. His power is to the pull side, but you're right. He's letting the ball travel a little bit more and doing a better job of taking what the pitcher gives him.
High fly ball curling toward right center. McKinney and Kiner Falefa converge. It'll be Kiner Falefa or IKF, as we'll call him the rest of this game. No score as we go to the second.
Voted by fans as a starting third baseman for the National League. He told me this one is special. He said this one feels different. Kind of feels like the first one because I got off to such a bad start. That start was one of the toughest of my career. To be able to go through it and come out the other end as an all-star, it's a pretty cool feeling. Chip Nolan missed last year's game with that back issue. He plans on playing this time.
Atta baby, love it. He's a gamer, and he'll be headed to Seattle representing the Cardinals. As Anthony Rizzo leads off for the Yankees. There's Aaron Judge. He's in town but unable to play. He's got a torn ligament in his toe. No timetable, Brad, for his return.
Yeah, certainly disappointing for the Yankee fans and honestly disappointing for baseball fans to not get a chance to see that guy. We know from a competitive standpoint it's a lot easier to face the Yankees without Aaron Judge up there taking his at-bats. I wanted to see him. I want to see one of the best in baseball out there on the field, so wishing him a speedy recovery.
But as you pointed out, for the Yankees, they're scoring a run less per game without one man, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, well, it's he's a lot bigger than one man. What he does, what he does. Yeah, no question, right? And the crazy thing is with the Yankees right now, as they come into this one, they're 9 games over 500, yet they're still 10 games back. They play in the best division in baseball, so there is little breathing room for them.
And so when you couple the pitching problems that they have had because of injury, and now you have Aaron Judge out, the numbers tell the story. He's missed 21 games, and from an offensive standpoint, the Yankees and Aaron Boone's club have gone from one of the best offenses, Brad, in baseball to one of the worst in 21 games.
Well, I think that's where it ends up being able to lean on balance, right? If you could do that. But you're right, without Judge, those 21 games, they got the fewest hits in baseball. They got the lowest on base percentage in baseball. They are not the same ball club. But nobody in the East is going to feel bad for the Yankees, right? Just like nobody in the NL Central, which is not quite the juggernaut that the AL East is, feels bad for the Birds.
Rizzo rolls over and is taken care of. Jack Flaherty has a ground ball out, the first of those in the game. And Isaiah Kiner Falefa is coming up. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Cardinals at MLBshop.com.
I thought you told me you weren't going to do long form.
You told me I have to say it long form the rest of the game.
I told you have to write everything long form. Oh. No cheating.
Pop fly foul out of play. Yeah, it's a lot easier to write IKF.
Well, that could get messed up too.
That's a very, very dangerous proposition.
Sure is.
That backed up and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smoked and caught. What a play. Gorman, right place, right time, and that ball carried him into center.
Location, 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 and Gorman was in a very good one. Slider hung up more than Jack Flaherty wanted, but Gorman right there to snag that liner. Hard hit off the bat of IKF, but he's there for it.
Wait, whoa.
Way easier to do it that way. I don't know why you go with the full name.
Different rules for different folks. That's just not right. Here's Billy McKinney, or B-Mac, as you could write in your scorebook if you want. He's hitting .276, 4 homers, 7 RBIs. He's seen Flaherty before and has a hit against him. Right there, a strike evens it up. We'll keep you posted on the Reds today. They're hosting San Diego. That one's tied 1 apiece. in the 4th inning at the Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, the Reds have been out there. You mentioned the record. They're rattling off wins, a lot of come-from-behind victories. They're playing with an energy, and they're playing with the confidence, and that's something that the Cardinals are still looking to build, that confidence of rattling together wins. Take that all day. Good slider backdoor right there for Jack Flaherty to even up the count. He's been looking better. A couple of good defensive plays behind him as well.
Yeah, no trouble in the 1st inning. Got a double play. He's got the first 2 outs here in the 2nd. And a swing and a tip miss. That takes care of the Yankees. Flaherty's 2nd strikeout. Jordan Walker goes to work for the Cardinals in a scoreless game. Second time, Brad, for our Burger King's Rule the Plate feature.
Oh, I'm liking this right here. Jordan Walker hits the ball hard, does so consistently, and hitting the ball harder than Soto, Trout, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Does that mean he's going to be better than all those guys? Of course it does.
No, we're not telling you a whopper, if you will.
Nice one.
Walker, since his recall, 24 hits. At a .338 average, and he's walking more, Brad, more selective. 10 walks in that stretch. This one bounced towards short. Volpe's got it, and a quick release. That was electric. 1 out. So Severino, a man that's really been banged up by injury, facing the Cardinals here today. Missed the first 48 games of this season with a lat strain. It's the maddening thing about pitchers of his caliber. Same with Jack Flaherty. They're so good, you want them out there, and when they're not, it's a real shame for them and for their teams.
For sure. And it also takes a little bit of time, Chip, to build back up, right? You get back, you miss all that time with the lat. He missed a lot of time with the lat injury last year. 59 games he missed with that also. Then missed the season with Tommy John. It's hard to build that consistency.
That's rolled to LeMahieu at first. Easy plate, takes care of Alec Burleson. And so for Severino, our AT&T Fiber fast pitch, look at how much time this man has missed.
Yeah, it's if you're trying to think of it in a positive frame, you look at it and say, look, he's got a lot of bullets left in him. You know, he is an impending free agent. I would have to assume that there are going to be a lot of teams that are very interested in the arm of Luis Severino. He'll have plenty of suitors. Be interesting to see how he finishes this year. He's got a chance to make himself a lot of money this year as a free agent.
Paul DeYoung with 2 outs in the Cardinals' 2nd. Didn't get that. Well, look, for the Yankees, getting to the playoffs is job number 1. Winning the division obviously is on their to-do list. As this one's cracked down the line and headed for the seats foul. For New York, it's one simple task. In simple, obviously in quotes, they got to find a way to beat Houston. That's been their playoff bugaboo. They haven't been able to get by them. That man has led the Yankees to the playoffs in 5 straight years. But they haven't gotten to the big dance or won it in a while. As this one's rolled slowly toward Gleyber Torres, he's got it. And some soft contact saves Severino. An 8-pitch 2nd inning. And we head to the 3rd scoreless. 5,000 fans 16 and up take home one of 3 mystery Henleys thanks to Bear, and 10,000 kids 15 and younger entering with a ticket take home a Cardinals all over print hat with elements designed by Emily Stahl. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions. Here's Anthony Volpe. Big swing and pop fly foul back toward us. The Yankees have brought out their heavy hitters. Babe Ruth.
I mean, stogie and all. If you're going to do it, do it. That's dedication to the craft.
Phil Melcher needs to kick that guy out. There's no smoking on the concourse.
I don't think he's smoking it. Just kind of hanging out, just like a gentleman. No, he might be smoking that thing.
Or, well, first the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. Flaherty's got 3 strikeouts. Good start to the 3rd inning. There was a great PA man in Philadelphia named Dave Zinkoff, and he had a very distinctive nasally voice like that, and he would do the pregame announcements inside the arena. And the last one was, there is no smoking in the spectrum. If you must smoke, please do not exhale. That worked out well. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera. In a scoreless game, Jack's looking good today. And up and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, what I've liked with Jack so far, too, is his ability to make adjustments quickly. And it'll be nice to see this next pitch. You saw Jack, he was frustrated. That one ran off arm side. Does he get on top of this one? It's been his go-to right there. It falls behind. He's got that nice slider that he can use backdoor to some of these lefties.
And how nice is it, Brad? 35 pitches with 1 out in the 3rd inning for Flaherty. With broken bat. Burleson will flip to the pitcher covering. Perfect feed. And he's faced the minimum through 2 2/3.
Well, that was just touch right there. He went with the slider backdoor to get back into the count and then spotted his 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there in on the hands of Cabrera, shatter his bat.
Brad Thompson's personal box is occupied in full today on a beautiful St. Louis day.
A little further up there, but yes, no, the good seats, very good seats.
Higashioka is the Yankees catcher. He's got 19 ribbies. The pitch. And a shot over 3rd on the first pitch. That's the 2nd Yankees hit.
Your Chevy pitch tracks the slider from Jack Flaherty. Higashioka does a really good job staying back. You see him recognize the pitch, jumps on it. Not a terrible one. 86 down and away, but stayed on it.
So back to the top in LeMahieu. He singled softly through the hole on the right side his first time up. This guy's always been a good hitter. You win 2 batting titles, 1 on each league. That is rather obvious. But he's not a guy, Brad, that just feasted in his days in Colorado. He's hit wherever he's played.
Oh, you're right. And a guy that drives the ball to all fields. Got a good idea of what pitchers are trying to do to him. Can handle pretty much all quadrants of the plate.
Oh, that was close. But a touch low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, you don't want to fall behind 2-0, right, to anybody. But I'm loving the misses right now for Jack. I mean, those are 2 very narrow ones. Command looks a lot better early than it did last time out against the Nationals.
Perfect pitch. Two balls, 1 strike. He's lived up there. He's gotten good work out of that 94, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and now he's got a full count with Bowers on deck. He lost him, overcooked it, and the inning continues. Bowers will bat with 2 aboard and 2 outs. So as Flaherty labors on here in the 3rd inning, we step aside for a word from Academy Sports.
Hey St. Louis fans, Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to offer all military and first responders a 10% discount now through July 4th. We appreciate your service.
Kisner out to give Jack a bit of a breather here. First time the Yankees have had a runner at second base, and the first chance for the St. Louis fans to boo the New Yorkers who are starting to say, let's go Yankees.
Well, good. First, it's early, but it's still nice to have a little bit of that. And I think this is a good time to go out and talk to him. You know how much every single of these runs are going to cost the Cardinals. Offense has been at a premium. You want to make sure you get out of this one. Jake Bauers last time up, Jack fell behind him. A couple of sliders got back into it, punched him out with the fastball up.
Two on, 2 outs. Good pitch to start the sequence. 0-1 for Jake Bauers, who lifts that one softly toward left. Walker, glasses gleaming at the edge of the track, calls it in, and that'll take care of New York in a scoreless third. Good ball game here in St. Louis. Their long tradition of year-to-year success. 2 very long seasons of winning records in play this year.
Being a consistent organization is very difficult to do. You have to draft well. You have to develop well. You have to go out there and spend wisely. You have to have great leadership. And these 3 organizations, you see with the active winning streak, they have all of those things. Cardinals right now find themselves at risk of dropping off after this 15 consecutive winning years. That's why you'd love to see them build a little bit of momentum, but it has been fun to watch over the years, all 3 of those organizations.
Tommy Edman leads off the third for the Cardinals. The Redbirds have 1 base runner. That was a Paul Goldschmidt first inning walk. Severino has retired 5 straight. Edman, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-hand pitching Severino. And he smokes one toward left center. That's down for a base hit. So he picked the right side of the plate. That breaks up the no-hitter. And a good start for the Cardinals in the third with a speedy base runner aboard.
Yeah, I really think this is the pitch that the Cardinals hitter is going to have to be ready to jump on. Can't miss any of these fastballs. Your Chevy pitch track, it's 96, but it's middle up in the zone. That's good hitting for the Cardinals.
Andrew Kisner likes to get work done early in the count. Let's see if he can guide a ball the other way for the Cardinals. He starts play at 2-10 at the plate. And this low, 1 ball, no strikes. Edmonds 14 out of 15 in stolen base tries. With this guy throwing 97, it might be tough to try to steal on him. We'll see how the Cardinals play it. He's got a good lead. Not going, and fouled off the catcher. Even count.
Well, he throws 97, and he's also very quick to the plate right there. It was the long look at Tommy Edman, then 1-1-3 to the plate. Going to be difficult there.
We're told opposing base stealers are a perfect 4 for 4 against the Yankees right-hander. Let's see what the Cardinals do here with nobody out in the top of the order lurking. Edman bends at the waist and is chased back. Yankees think he's going to go.
That ability as a pitcher to just hold the baseball is one of the best ones. I mean, that's the one that gets that runner there. All you got to do is just stop that momentum a little bit, but it's easier said than done. You think just standing on the mound holding the ball would be an easy thing to do, but you're used to falling into like a little bit of a routine there. Severino doing a good job.
And as you know, with the pitch clock, you can't wait too long, right? You only get 2 disengagements, or you violate the pitch clock, it costs you a ball in the count. So Kisner's ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. Not going is the runner, and a check swing fouled back. Cardinals are trying to make this guy get the ball down. Gorman struck out on a pitch up and out of the zone. That check swing costs Kiz a strike.
Yeah, that one right there is one you want to be able to lay off. Obviously, good hitting count. Now he's going to have to protect. We've seen Severino make some really nice pitches with his slider away also.
Little looper into center. That's down for a hit. Edman at second will stop. And the Cardinals have their first threat. First and second. Nobody out on back-to-back singles.
Well, that was that cutter right there. Cutter down and away, and a good one off the plate for Andrew Kisner. But with 2 strikes, really protects. Lets it travel. Gets it right off the end of the bat and figures out a way to find some green grass out in the outfield.
So the top of the order greets Severino here. Lars Nootbaar rolled out to third his first time up. Got to advance the runners here at the very least, with Goldschmidt and Gorman to follow here in the home third. Scoreless game. Half-hearted bunt attempt. It was center cut and he missed it. Strike one. Cardinals are 4 for 16 with runners in scoring position on the homestand. This is their first chance today. And that's driven down the line, long way into the corner. Still going. That ball is going to be caught. Great grab by Bowers. He came out of nowhere and at the last moment made a great basket catch for the out.
Jim, I didn't think Jake Bowers had any chance at all getting to this baseball, especially after the initial jump. It looked like it took him a second to get on it, but some big-time closing speed right here from Bowers. It hangs up in the air just long enough.
Severino likes it, and why not? That is a big lift for the Yankees right-hander. He gets the out. The runners can't advance, and now he's looking for a double play ball off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie walked his first time up. Back-to-back singles and a fly out in the St. Louis third. Driven toward right. McKinney going back. Still going back. That ball is gone. On line drive homer for Goldie, and the Cardinals lead it 3-0.
What an incredible piece of hitting by Paul Goldschmidt. They're going the other way and getting Busch Stadium into it.
That was a 1-iron.
I mean, that was scorched. That ball was down, too. Slider down under the zone and just stayed right on it.
So Goldie with a couple of homers on the homestand. He got Christian Javier of the Astros. He's gotten Severino here, and St. Louis has given Jack Flaherty a 3-0 lead. Cardinals now with 3 players at 15 or more homers this year. Arenado, Gorman, and now Goldschmidt. And they're all stacked up on the lineup card today. I think Severino's stunned too. When that ball left the bat and the way McKinney took his route, I think he was thinking it was going to hit off the top of the fence.
Well, the thing is, too, with Goldie, such a good breaking ball hitter. So if you're going to end up throwing that pitch, even though it was down, you got to make sure it ends up being away. And Goldie on this one here from Severino, he gets the slider after he threw 97 by him. But look at him just stay down on this thing. And I love the way that you put it. That 1-iron just scorches it the other way. You see McKinney out there and right off the bat. He thought he had a beat on it. That thing just kept on traveling on this warm July day here in St. Louis.
And so the Cardinals, as has been their custom, Brad, flip of the coin as to how they score. It's home run or not home run this year.
I think that at times, like there's a bad moniker that comes with that percentage of runs hit via the long ball. But look at some of the teams that are on that list. Two of the best teams in the National League, in the Braves and in the Dodgers. You've got the Yankees that have tons of power, albeit without Aaron Judge right now, a little bit different. But that is a good thing to be able to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Now, there are times where you want to be able to manufacture, get a guy on, get him in, get him over, get him in. But I like having that ability.
So it's 3-0 Cardinals. Here's Arenado. He flied out his first time up. We could see Nolan in between innings 1 and 2 really muttering it to himself as he took his defensive position. I'm guessing, Brad, he thought he had a pitch to do damage with, and he just missed it.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had one. It was 97. It was middle away, but a pitch that you know he can drive. Ended up flying out on that one, but looking for another fastball elevated.
Slow roller left side. Bad throw. sails into right field. So Cabrera makes a bad throw. No chance for Torres to hold the bag, and the Cardinals get a break. First and second, still one out.
Well, you get the long ball, and then you'll take any help that you can get. Cabrera trying to make that throw on the run. His momentum continues carrying him towards first base. Unfortunately for him, that's exactly where the throw goes.
That looked like a case of trying to do too much, right? Trying to stop the bleeding, trying to make a heroic play when you just had to get the second out. So here's Walker. He rolled out his first time up. Chance for a big inning for St. Louis. Down and away, ball one.
Well, Chip, you talked about it in his first at-bat. Jordan Walker is doing a great job of recognizing pitches, that cutter slider that Severino can throw down and away. He's been laying off those types.
High pop fly right side. Long run McKinney still coming. Foul ground. He's going to make that play. Tagging at second is Gorman. He's going to make it. Arenado tries to tag, and they miss the tag on the cutoff. Both runners advance on a pop fly to right.
Just heads up baseball right here. Arenado sees that Volpe's got that one on the cutoff. He evades that one. But you've got McKinney going after that ball down the line. You know, all of his momentum is heading towards the stands. Why not take the base? All of a sudden, you're an overcooked pitch away from another run.
All kinds of action here in this third inning for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson, the 8th man to bat. And takes one in the dirt. Again, make this man pile up pitches. Get into a very good Yankee bullpen, but maybe make some of those guys unavailable for the nightcap. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead on a Goldschmidt laser into the St. Louis bullpen. Alec didn't think so. 2 balls and a strike.
Definitely didn't have to be, and it's a good approach right there. He's looking for one thing in that spot, 2-0. He's looking for a fastball that's elevated. Ended up getting the slider, and fortunately for Severino, he got the call.
So from 2-0 to a 2-2 count.
It's the difference in the big leagues, isn't it, Chip? 2-0. No, there's no such thing as the fastball count. Slider gets the call. Another good slider evens up the count.
The 25th pitch is lined into left field. A base hit. That'll score a run. Burleson with a 2-strike, 2-out knock. It's 4-0.
What a pretty swing right here from Alec Burleson. He was in the driver's seat, 2-0. The count evened up. He got himself a 3rd breaking ball in a row, and he ends up just going the other way with it. Drops the head on 86 and drives in another run. Cardinals continue to apply the pressure here on Severino.
So first and third for Paul DeJong. 4 runs, 4 hits in this Cardinals 3rd inning. And another shot into left field. A base hit for DeJong. Arenado trots home. It's a 5-run 3rd.
Well, we've seen Paulie D in these spots wanting to be aggressive early, and he is on this pitch, and it's a good one. It's a cutter. It's away. It's just off the plate, but it sneaks right past Volpe over there at shortstop and drives in another one.
So we batted around here in the 3rd inning. And the man that got it started was Tommy Edman. He'll dig in again. It is hot in St. Louis, and that is just how we like it here at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals have erupted for 5 runs, and they're about to force a 60th pitch of the game from Luis Severino of the Yankees. Action has begun in the Yankees bullpen. Matt Crook is up and throwing.
Crook was activated as their 27th man for this doubleheader day. And a big change from last inning. He was only an 8-pitch second for Severino.
And you bring up a good point with the doubleheader today. Rosters do expand by 1 extra player per team. And with today's game being so specialized when it comes to pitchers, both clubs, Brad, have added a hurler for the doubleheader today.
You got to make sure you're protected. Somebody that can give you some innings. The Cardinals have brought in Dakota Hudson as their guy.
Two on and a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On a hot, humid day in St. Louis, Severino has labored through a 30-pitch 3rd inning. Two on, 2 out. The pitch. Line to short, and Volpe is there, and that'll retire the side. A great inning for the Cardinals. Paul Goldschmidt with an opposite field 3-run homer got the parade started, and the Cardinals lead by 5. RBI singles as well. Alec Burleson and Paul DeYoung. Cardinals with a 5-run 3rd. Now head to the 4th. Jack Flaherty looking good, Brad. He's got a 5-run cushion now.
Well, and this is exactly where you want to see Jack Flaherty be aggressive. Go right after him, right? This is shutdown inning. He's been efficient so far. It's been 15 pitches per inning. Gets the call right there, top of the zone. I want to see him attack right here, the heart of the order of the Yankees.
Gleyber Torres hitting to a double play his first time up. Great diving catch in center for Tommy Edman. DJ LeMahieu was running with a full count pitch, and once the catch was made, he was all the way to 3rd base. It was an easy inning ending throw to first.
Nice tight slider right there from Flaherty. It is amazing too with Tommy Edman in center field how much he has solidified things defensively for this ball club. I mean, we've seen him make some plays out there and just change some innings that could have gotten away from the Redbirds. Come on now.
Kids thought that was strike 3. It appeared to be.
Well, that's because he's in this ballpark. There's only one guy that missed it. Unfortunately, he's the one that counts behind the plate in Lance Barksdale.
Woof. 2-2. And a chopper to short. That is that. Justice is served as Torres is retired. And there is out number 1. Different look on the Cardinal infield today. For more on that, here's Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Brendan Donovan, a late scratch yesterday because of soreness in his throwing arm. He got checked out by team doctors yesterday. According to Ollie Marmol, the report was positive. Ollie said no IL stint. He can still take at-bats and DH, but no throwing for a couple of days as we let it calm down a little bit. Chip Donovan had been on fire at the plate, so they're glad he's okay.
As Anthony Rizzo takes a strike, and now it's his turn to grumble as Jack Flaherty gets ahead of him. 0-1.
Well, it is very good news with Donovan. You know how instrumental he is to what the Cardinals are trying to do. Hopefully a couple of days of rest gets that arm back to where he needs to be. It's so nice to have a versatile player like that you can put anywhere on the diamond. We've talked a lot about that with Tommy Edman, but I feel like Tommy is really solidified in the mix quickly.
Rizzo takes high, 2 balls and a strike. A lot of head-to-head history with Flaherty and Rizzo, as you'd expect when Anthony was with the Cubs. He's 9 for 20 head-to-head with 3 career homers. Hard to believe this is Rizzo's second full season in the Bronx. After all those years in Chicago, he's had a terrific career.
Thought it was very smart, too, for the Yankees to end up signing him back. I mean, their big ticket item, obviously, was Aaron Judge on the 9-year deal. Bring back Rizzo on a 2-year deal.
And he takes ball 4. Rizzo's aboard with Flaherty's second walk of the game. And IKF is coming up. He lined out hard to second.
Getting lazy on that name, Chip.
This week on Cardinals Insider, Adam Wainwright welcomes a special group to the ballpark, and Tommy Edman relives his best moments as a Cardinal. That's Cardinals Insider tomorrow at noon on Bally Sports Midwest. (5-0) St. Louis. All 5 runs came in the home third. Jack's had a lead like this before. Last time he had a 5-run lead or better was June 2nd against the Pirates. He led 5-1 in that game, and that was one of the agonizing losses for the Cardinals. Pittsburgh came back and won that one 7-5. Don't want a repeat of that today. This time at home, the pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike.
You gotta stop bringing up old stuff, Chip. That's in the past. We're going future now.
I like it. Well, we're halfway through. This is game 81, if you can believe that. 81 more games left. After today, ground ball to third. Vacuumed up for 1 and 2 good strong throws. Earns Flaherty another double play. That erases a Yankees threat. Shutdown frame. It's 5-0 Birds. And that night, 25,000 fans 16 and up take home a Cardinals soccer jersey presented by Purina. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Fun day so far in St. Louis. The Cardinals with a 5-run third. And the first pitch whacked up the middle by Kisner. Nice play at second by Gleyber Torres. That was slick. And Andrews robbed of a hit, 1 out. Here in the home fourth.
Yeah, Torres made this one look easy. Gets to it quickly. Knows he's got a little bit of time here with Kisner running, so he take an extra step. A pretty good play right there by Torres.
That release reminded me of Robinson Cano. Remember how great a player he was? As Lars Nootbaar is the batter, he's 0 for 2. Robbed of a hit his last time up. Great play by Bowers in left to take away a double from him. To right center. That's down for a hit for Nootbaar. Big turnaround first. He's going for 2. McKinney's throw is going to be late. He got in a hustle double.
Gotta love everything about this for Lars Nootbaar. First, the changeup that hangs up, and he stays back, and then he is hustling out of the box. He sees the play develop. He knows that he can get there. I mean, this is close right here. Good throw, but just beats it.
There's a bird's eye view. Great camera work. And a good result for Paul Goldschmidt, a 3-run homer and a walk today. 15 homers, 45 knocked in for Paul now. And Paul Goldschmidt is today's Kia player profile.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt, as we all know, one of the best in the game, hits the ball extremely hard. How hard? Well, the highest hard hit percentages in baseball, 4th highest, and a pretty good list right there that Goldie finds himself on. And not surprised to see this with Luis Severino, this 3rd time here facing Goldie, attacking more with the fastball. It was the slider that he drove the other way, somehow picked it up almost off the dirt and drove it out to right.
That's the other perplexing thing about how this season has gone for the Cardinals. As he chased a high fastball and didn't get it. Cardinals are second to the Braves in hard hit percentage, right? You hit the ball hard, generally speaking, you're supposed to have offensive success. It has been there at times for St. Louis, Brad, but at times it just hasn't clicked.
Yeah, and in total fairness, I don't think that the Cardinals offense has been their problem, or at least their biggest problem. The pitching is going to have to solidify itself if this team is going to do anything. But you're right, the goal is
crushed down the line, no doubter, and just shy of the second deck. That was hard hit.
Yeah, I think that we were talking about consistently hitting a baseball hard. Well, so rudely interrupted with a monster home run off the bat of Nolan Gorman. Got every bit of this one. 95 up it and pulls the hands to it. And go ahead and walk it for a minute. Go ahead and give that one a look. Beautiful.
His last homer June 9th against the Reds. First homer in 12 games. And the Cardinals are pulling away. It is 7-0. It's only the fourth inning.
Well, the key to the game today was bring the thunder. We know that the Cardinals hit a lot of home runs. Severino has given up some as well. So you look at how they're scoring. The 3-run bomb, the 2-run bomb, getting it done.
Arenado tried to yank one out to left and pops that up.
Love seeing how aggressive Gorman is, too. That's his 6th home run this season on the first pitch. You see something you like, you let it fly.
And Severino's woes away from Yankee Stadium have continued in a big way today. 7 runs, 7 hits. And that one's going to get to the gap. Arenado on his way to second. He'll cruise in with a 2-out double.
Chip, you mentioned this earlier with Arenado, the ability to go the other way and how he's been hitting the ball that way with authority. This is a changeup. It's down and away. It's off the plate. I mean, this is a good pitch. He goes down and gets it and just ends up burning McKinney, who's playing in, catches him in the gap.
So the 8th Cardinal hit has Arenado at second. Half of the Cardinals' hits have been extra base hits. 2 of them homers, one by Goldschmidt, one by Nolan Gorman. And it's a 7-0 lead. Another chance for McKinney and right. He'll reach up and make the play at 375. That guy's going to need the cold tub. He's been running pillar to post. The Cardinals enjoy a huge lead early. His 16th of the year has him on the cusp of 50 RBIs. And that's helped the Cardinals to a 7-0 lead. How often do you see it, Brad? A guy that runs a virtual marathon in the outfield has to lead off the next half inning.
That happens all the time, doesn't it? The old adage.
Billy McKinney is that man. He struck out his first time up. Yankees have just 2 hits. Flaherty has looked very good. He has struck out 3, walked 2. He's gotten 2 double plays. And to your point, with a lead like this, attack, attack, attack. Yeah, no mercy.
Fill it up, right? Just keep going. It doesn't mean you can just lay it right down the middle. You still have to execute pitches. This is a team that can get back in there quickly, but you are in the driver's seat right now.
And that one hit toward Arenado, who is positioned perfectly. 1 out. Anthony Volpe is coming up after a quick word from Great Southern Bank.
Find an account that fits you with affordable options, trusted guidance, and personalized support along the way. Get started at GreatSouthernBank.com.
Volpe has 3 straight multi-hit games for the Yankees, but is 0 for 1 today. And drives that one out of play, foul. They have been high on this kid for a long time. They think he will be Derek Jeter-like, if we dare say that, in the early days of his big league career.
I mean, that is a pretty big comp to throw out there, but you're right, they love him, right? And they also know that he's going to have to learn at this level. You've seen some good things. You've also seen him go through spurts of a lot of swing and miss. You've seen that chase rate be there a little bit for Volpe at this point, but a very, very talented young player.
Buckled him with that pitch. That was nice. Jack just missed there. It's low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Volpe's a Jersey kid, first round pick in 2019. He was a Yankees fan as a kid. As this one scorched towards center, but right up the elevator shaft. And an easy play for Edman, who's got that. And 2 men are out for Oswaldo Cabrera. He rolled out to first in the Yankees' 3rd. Well, you look at these Yankees and all the numbers on their backs. You see these numbers more in spring training than you do during regular season play. You've got Judge wearing 99. This guy's wearing number 95. Well, there's a reason for that. The New York Yankees have retired numbers 1 through 10. 15, 16, 37, 42, 44, 46, 49, and 51.
There's a tiny bit of history there, Chip. Yeah, just a little bit. They'll end up retiring 99. That will likely go down at some point.
Yep. And they've run out of numbers so quickly they had to retire 8 twice. And there are the Cardinals' retired numbers. Someday, Brad Thompson's number might join that illustrious group.
It just depends who wears it.
Well done. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fingers crossed.
But the Yankees retired number 8 twice. Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey wore number 8 in New York. And a shot over first. Oswaldo Cabrera has a 2-out hit. Nicely played by Nootbaar to hold him to a single. And Higashioka's coming up. He had the 2nd Yankees hit back in inning number 3.
Well, this pitch ends up jamming him, but the key is you see where Kisner set up. You see where the pitch ended up. Andrew Kisner wanted that thing down and away. It was just a miss up and in. So again, it just comes back to the adjustment, right? How quickly can Jack Flaherty get right back to where he wanted to be when it comes to his location?
Higashioka didn't get it. He's down a strike. Again, it's so strange seeing this Yankees club with 3 players in their lineup in double digits and homers. But they aren't themselves yet. And waiting for the return of Aaron Judge. However, I would assume, Brad, that's a mixed blessing, because if they expect Aaron Judge to do it all by himself, that's a trapdoor waiting to open.
No, you're right. They need to continue to get production top and bottom. They're going to need to be able to pitch. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Their bullpen has been very good. They've leaned on that group. It's going to be a whole team effort to get back into things in a very tough East.
And I would imagine the Yankees will be buyers at the deadline. What they buy remains to be seen. Believe it or not, it might have to be offense. For a more balanced attack in New York, the pitch. And they've got to get their starters healthy. They've got to get those guys back, obviously. They start play today. 10 games out of first place. They're in 3rd in the AL East. But the Yankees would be the 2nd wild card if postseason play were to start today. The 2-2 pitch is low. The Cardinals also 10 games out in our division. And getting some help today, the Reds are losing to San Diego. That's a 5-1 game in the 7th inning. Chance to pick up a game perhaps today.
And that's
or more.
Yeah, that's got to be the process, right? It's just chip away. Cardinals start, as you mentioned, 10 games back. They're 5 games back of 4th place right now. I mean, they got a lot of work to do.
Squibber back to the mound. Jack, nice play. And the foot to first is in time to retire the side. We're halfway home in game 1. We're at the halfway mark of the 2023 championship season, and the Cardinals lead 7-zip. Wonder Woman, Goldie, and Arenado. Don't miss DC Superhero Night at Busch Stadium Wednesday, August 2nd. Fans who buy a special theme ticket get an exclusive DC Cardinals Batman bobblehead. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/theme. I remember hearing you and Alexa talk about this promo on the Cardinals Live pregame show. They said that you and I were Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and quite specifically, she did give you the Batman moniker. I don't know how I feel about it. There'll be a couple of Batmans, you know, there could be more than one. Not that Robin didn't do a good job. I'm just.
What, do you feel like an understudy or something?
It just feels like I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. Maybe it's just the whole outfit. Didn't love it.
Base hit down the line for Burleson. He turned and burned on that baby. He's chugging to second. McKinney's throw is going to be off target. Might have hit him in the foot on the way by. And Burleson with a hustle double starts the Cardinals 5th. He's Batman today. He's got a couple of knocks.
Continuing to pile on, continuing to put that pressure on Luis Severino, and continuing to hit some pretty good pitches. This one, the changeup here. He wants it down and away, though. The mistake was in, and Burleson able to pull it right past LeMahieu down the line.
Cardinals had 4 hits on the homestand with runners in scoring position entering today's play. They have 4 such hits today and enjoy a 7-0 lead. DeYoung with an RBI hit. That came in the 5-run third for the Cardinals. And had a good rip at that. The Yankees bullpen busy again as Severino's been hit and hit hard away from home yet again today.
We showed you the graphic earlier. A 7.85 ERA away from home, and boy, that thing has gone up in this one. And credit the Cardinals, have had a good approach against him. It hasn't all been mistakes from Luis Severino. They've hit some tough pitches with 2 strikes and then taken advantage of some pitches up. That's exactly what Gorman did. Gorman saw the first one he liked and gave it a charge.
One ball, 2 strikes. Well, the batted ball that I think took Severino right out of his game was the ball that Goldie hit. That was a really good pitch.
Yeah, that's one where it comes out of your hand. You say, yes. Okay, what? What do you mean? And then it's a 3-run bomb. Your back's against the wall. Then you try to make even tougher pitches.
So he may not be long for this game if he struggles even more here. He's got a full count to DeYoung. Edman and Kisner are next. Game 2 to follow us. Split doubleheader. Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. The Yankees will use a bullpen game. For the nightcap in St. Louis, the payoff pitch. Just missed with a breaking ball. And that is going to be it. Severino is going to be taken down after 4+. Aaron Boone's on his way out after his right-hander walked his 3rd batter in the game. So 5 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th for the Cardinals. We're rolling merrily along on a muggy day in St. Louis. It's 7-0. But the Cardinals are certainly in the patriotic spirit. There have been fireworks and big-time bottle rockets, offensively, defensively, and on the mound for the Redbirds in Game 1.
Yeah, but getting it done in every facet of this ball game. We've seen good defense, seen good pitching, seen timely hitting, and that's exactly what the Cardinals need to see some more of. No reason to back off now, even with a big lead. It's the Chevy call to the bullpen. Matt Crook is in. Last time out, he was your 27th man added to the roster for the doubleheader.
Originally a Giants draft pick, the Yankees got him from Tampa Bay in the AAA phase of the Rule 5 draft, and now here he is facing the Cardinals and Tommy Edman, trailing 7-0. You like this idea of adding an extra player for the doubleheaders?
I think it's necessary. You do. I mean, if you have one of these games where you get blown up early and you have to go to your pen and, you know, then you're in trouble, you end up getting guys hurt, you know, so I think it's very important to be able to do that.
Ground ball toward third, off the glove of Cabrera. That'll score a run. It's 8-0 St. Louis. Couple of mistakes on the left side of the Yankees infield have cost them dearly today.
Yeah, one right here with Cabrera, the third baseman, as he's ranging towards it. It looks like he just misplays it. Get a better look at it right here. The ball just skipped on him, ended up hitting him. That's going to be a single, though, off the bat of Tommy Edman. Drives in the run. But a play that I'm pretty sure Cabrera will tell you he should make.
Kisner 1 for 2. 3 straight Cardinals have reached. And you know the assignment for Crook here. This is not an easy task. He's got to take the ball as deeply into the game as possible.
Oh, there's a good chance you're wearing this one. But if you're Crook, it's a fantastic opportunity also to go out there and prove some value here.
Scorch over third. That's into the left field corner. DeYoung will stroll home. Edman flying to third. He's getting the green light. He's going to come home. He's going to score. And the Cardinals are pouring it on.
Andrew Kisner said, why waste any time? First thing he sees, it's a sinker down under the zone, drops the bat to it, and drives it right down the line to bring in a pair. This is more like it. This is what this Cardinal offense can do. I'm not saying you're scoring 10 runs a game, but they can be dangerous all the way through their lineup.
That one all the way to the backstop. And Kisner moves up.
Well, that was funky right there by Crook. Ended up just pulling that one.
Ten runs on 11 hits. This is a lot more fun than the last game we saw against Houston.
I don't even remember that game, Chip. Don't remember it. This is far more fun.
2 balls, no strikes. Higashioka's position is called a catcher. He's having trouble doing that here.
Just gonna have to get that little guy out of his mitt. Keeps knocking everything out. Higashioka very solid behind the plate. You wonder how much these two have worked together, honestly.
I was wondering that myself. Made his major league debut June 16th at Boston. It was an unforgettable one. He gave up a grand slam in that game, and he has yet to retire a batter here in the Cardinal fifth, and that's what you kind of expect from young guys in his spot. He was again taken in the Rule 5 in the minor league phase of that, and here he is pitching in the big leagues for the Yankees.
Yeah, well, and there's a reason, you know, you get your name called. You were the hot hand at the time. You get an opportunity here. You're fresh. You're able to eat up some innings, and that's what they're going to want from him, is to settle in a little bit. But boy, it ain't getting any easier for him with Paul Goldschmidt, the reigning MVP, up to bat.
That one found the mark for Paul Goldschmidt, who got the scoring parade started in the third with a 3-run bomb into the St. Louis bullpen.
Goldie might end up trading bullpens on his home runs. If he gets one of those breaking balls that comes in into him, leave that thing middle in. You know, over his career, the dominance he has had against left-handed pitching.
Driven toward right center. Awkward route, but the catch is made by IKF. Tagging and scoring is Kisner, and the Cardinals have scored 11. Goldschmidt with a 4 RBI day today. He adds with a sacrifice fly.
We've seen a bunch of the long ball. We've seen timely hitting, and now we're seeing just a productive out there by Goldie. Again, the idea of just continuing to put together very good at-bats.
So Severino allowed 9 runs in his 4 innings. Only 7 of those 9 were earned. And now Crook has joined the fray. He's allowed 2 runs and has 1 man out. Gorman, a 2-run homer his last time up. Told you he got off to a quick start in June, but then cooled quickly. His first homer today since June the 9th. Yankees don't think Nootbaar is going anywhere with an 11-run lead, and that's way outside. Most runs Severino's allowed in a game is 10. He allowed 9 in this game. There's a strike. It's 2-2. Again, I know it's not fashionable to say there are 81 games left.
I think it's very fashionable to say, Chip.
Same with this. And Gorman doesn't get the sweeper, and he's the second out.
I think to that point, right, same way the Cardinals dug themselves a very big hole in the first half of the season, have an opportunity to dig out of it in the second half. Got to play more consistent baseball, top to bottom. There's no question. I do believe that this offense is going to be one of the biggest keys. You're going to have to win some slugfest. Pitching's going to have to solidify, but there is time. But the interesting part is, there's that little man again. The interesting part is going to be what happens in the next 4 weeks before the trade deadline, because that's when teams are really tweaking and making those changes to get themselves over the hump.
So Nootbaar advances on what was scored a passed ball. Arenado with an RBI chance as we approach 3 o'clock in St. Louis. 11-0 Cardinals. And rolled foul. Something else you have to think about too. Look, you get this thing whittled down to 4 or 5 games by the trading deadline. With the new schedule, we don't see our divisional opponents in the middle months of the season. That all changes when you get to September. The Cardinals will have 6 games head-to-head with the Reds, who lead the division, including the final 3 games of regular season play are here at Busch against the Reds.
Yeah.
Sure, you'd love to get all 10 games back before the deadline. That would be perfect. It's possible, not likely. But if you can just stay relevant until you get into divisional play, then anything can happen. And the Cardinals today try to take a step toward that goal with a big lead. And right now, Higashioka behind the plate is riding a bucking Bronco.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on there. Crook right here is trying to figure out somehow, some way to get through this. Cross-firing a bunch. Higashioka, who has not seen him a ton, just trying to corral some things back there.
That was a good choice on a hitter's count pitch. Full count.
Well, the ball's moving like crazy from Crook. He's not putting it where he wants to, but the movement profile is a good one.
Jordan Walker is the only Cardinal without a hit today. He'd like to change that. Here in the home 5th, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that one was fouled at the plate. Walker, of course, will try to extend a career-high 17-game hitting streak today. The 3-2. I don't think he liked that pitch.
Well, sometimes you got to talk to yourself out there, Chip.
So here's Walker. All right, kid, get into the hit parade. Every Cardinal has one. And looks like we'll have a pinch runner at first. Arenado is going to be taken down. Dylan Carlson will pinch run. In an 11-run game with another game to follow and his back problems of late, good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Get him off his feet, potentially get some treatment, or just let him relax out there. A nice day for Nolan, and hopefully got plenty of time here for a nice day for Dylan Carlson as well.
11 runs on 11 hits for the Cardinals. And Walker, the 9th man to hit in the inning. Second time today the Cardinals have batted around against the Yankees. And a good pitch there, strike one. Yank foul. It's 0-2. Another score we'll keep an eye on for you is Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. That game is delayed. Yes, it's Pittsburgh. Yes, it's July, which means what?
Well, it's going to rain.
Bingo.
That's how that works.
No rain here in St. Louis today. The pitch is fouled back. Man, it was raining sideways here last night.
And we know that we have such a broad viewership base. Hope everybody was okay with the storms that ripped through the area last night, and it did get nasty after they called it here.
Chopped off the plate, and Crook will flip to first, and that will retire the side. A couple of huge innings for the Cardinals. A 5 spot in the 3rd, 4 here in the 5th, and Aaron Boone needs a hug.
Well, Drew Verhagen doing what he can, getting that rosin bag, trying to keep a grip, and they're going to do everything they can to get this final out of the ball game.
But you got to worry about something bigger than this game. No RBI, the penalty for the double play.
Well, Drew Verhagen doing what he can, getting that rosin bag, trying to keep a grip, and they're going to do everything they can to get this final out of the ball game.
But you get about something bigger than this game. You've got to worry about the condition of the field for game 2. And he drops in a strike. Here we go. Cardinals did not want to, but they have Genesis Cabrera playing catch. Smoked toward third. Nice pick. 360 spin, and the Cardinals have won it. 11-4 after a couple of rain delays is your game 1 final. Jack Flaherty picks up the win and looked terrific, as did Brad, the Cardinal offense. So we'll reset, get you set for game 2. Matthew Liberatore will face a bullpen game for the Yankees, and the Cardinals go for a doubleheader sweep in about a half hour.
Let's listen to the hand for Harrison Bader.
Batting 5th, number 22, center fielder Harrison Bader.
Inning, and the Yankees have loaded the bases. Let's listen to the hand for Harrison Bader.
Batting 5th, number 22, center fielder Harrison Bader.
Six years with the Cardinals, and he loved his time here, and they loved him here in St. Louis, and they've missed his defense in center field for sure.